What is good, credit people, and welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Bob Lamb, and in today's video we're gonna be talking about ex-President Trump, because today was his last day in office, or I guess yesterday, because Biden was just sworn in as the 46th president of the United States. Now, before everyone starts asking me in the comments, I don't give a who is the president of the United States. It does not affect me in the slightest. Maybe we'll talk about that in a future video, because I think a lot of kids need to be educated on what's actually going on behind the scenes of each political party, and that Trump might even be creating his own political party called the Patriot Party because Tom Brady left, so he had to, fulfill his quarterback role. Not to mention the fact that the media literally destroys the country every single day on a minute basis, just attacking each other's side when they're both saying the same shit. But as I was saying, we're talking about Trump pardoning Lil Wayne, Kodak Black, Snoop Dogg's Death Row Records co-founder executive, Jay-Z's executive snitch that we've talked about in a previous video. So without further ado, free on my guys. Let's talk about it. Okay, so in the intro we already went over the the background of Trump already going out, and so before he leaves, or before he left, he issued, I believe, like 144 pardons or commutations, or I don't know the political lingo, but he basically freed a bunch of people, including the list that I mentioned in the intro, and we'll go one by one because each of them has some sort of context to it that I thought was ironic or funny. But yeah, to begin with Lil Wayne, apparently Lil Wayne has been locked up or has pending charges and isn't necessarily in jail, but he was going to jail very soon, so Trump got him out of those charges, and that is in the presidential power, by the way, of the executive branch to override the judicial branch of charging someone with a crime. However, something very ironic about Lil Wayne's situation specifically is that if you remember, like a couple weeks back, or maybe a month or two back, before the election results came through, Lil Wayne was one of the only rappers, including like Lil Pimp and among some others, I don't even remember because it's really not that many, that were supporting Trump publicly, and he got a lot of backlash for supporting Trump, and then people were arguing like, nah, he's still the GOAT, he can do whatever he wants. But then other people were like, nah, Trump is going completely against everything that black culture stands for, and yada yada yada. I'm not going to get into politics here because I am not black, so I don't really know, but the fact of the matter is Lil Wayne was basically getting canceled for supporting Trump. But now that he's getting freed, now it would make sense why he was supporting Trump publicly, because maybe Trump and Lil Wayne behind the scenes made some sort of deal like, yo, if you support me and try and help me win this next election of 2020, then I'll get you out of jail before I leave or in the next term. And so I think anybody with even like the smallest squirrel brain can see that. But anyway, next we got Kodak Black, another big time rapper that a lot of people have been asking to free, even though honestly, if Kodak Black gets free tomorrow, he's probably gonna be back in jail in like 2 to 3 days, because this dude just never learns. I'm not trying to hate on Kodak Black, but being from South Florida, I know all the whack shit he be doing on a daily basis. If you recall, he literally went to jail because he didn't have the paperwork, or it was fake paperwork of a gun that he possessed, and he's not supposed to have one because he is a convicted felon. Not to mention the fact that he got caught like in the border of Canada and the US with a gun. I don't know what that whole situation was, so don't test me here because I'm not in school anymore. School, by the way, and college. But I guess it'll be cool to finally see Kodak Black out of jail. Now, something to note with his pardon is that it wasn't a full pardon, or at least, again, I don't know the terminology because I'm no political science major, but apparently it's a commutation. He had a 46-month sentence for his crimes. However, they're not going to take him out of jail completely. The commutation just means they're going to shorten it. And now he's already served about half of his 46-month sentence, so I don't know how much longer it'll be. Maybe like another year at the longest to get out of jail, but it's looking like free Kodak is actually becoming a thing. Next, we got Snoop Dogg's friend from Death Row Records, who was the co-founder of Snoop Dogg's label, and apparently he was locked up for a murder charge. I'm not sure if he actually did it, or maybe he just got framed and there was substantial evidence against him, but Snoop Dogg apparently reached out to Trump and made some sort of deal as well. Maybe Snoop told him like, whenever you come to LA, you can come by the strip club and I'll get you any bad you want. Melania is getting too old, her cooch is drying up, and Trump still needs that wet after being the most hated man on the planet nowadays. Remixes. And lastly, we got the Rock Nation executive Desiree Perez, who is one of Jay-Z's associates, in which 6ix9ine a few months ago, if you recall in one of my videos, was actually exposed for being a government informant, in that she was a part of like some sort of drug ring, but she was on the inside helping the cops or the feds take down the whole operation from some sort of cartel. Again, I don't know the details, but I guess Jay-Z also reached out to Trump. And I think something significant within all of these pardons in the entertainment industry just boils down to the fact that Trump, before he was even president, was actually really deep in this entertainment scene, and he was actually friends with a lot of these rappers, and he was on television shows, and he was actually really well liked. It was only until he became like the Republican Party leader that people started hating him completely, and maybe that's warranted because, you know, he was with the Twitter fingers, and maybe a president shouldn't be being so aggressive on the internet. They should kind of lay low and be more diplomatic. So I see your point. Again, not getting political here, but to me it just shows that, you know, Trump is still staying loyal to his entertainment fellows who he still needs to maintain connects with in some respect. And whether you think all this is a good or bad thing, because Trump is literally taking out criminals from jail, technically speaking, you know, all the Karens are probably rioting outside of like goddamn Walmart. Either way, the one thing that everybody I think can agree on that is a beneficial factor of all of these pardons is that we get Kodak Black and Lil Wayne on the Pardon Me remix by Lil Yachty and Future. Now, I told you all this on Twitter. I did not even realize that Lil Yachty tweeted this, by the way, saying that he wanted Kodak and Lil Wayne on the Pardon Me remix. I guess Joe Exotic, right? Because Joe Exotic literally rented or bought a Hummer limo and waited outside of his prison thinking that Trump was putting him on the list. He is delusional, I swear to God. He probably thought with, you know, the way Trump coiffs his hair that he is part lion or tiger or whatever Joe Exotic bred at his farm or zoo. But aside from all that, I just realized only a few hours ago that Yachty was making a joke. It still might actually happen, but Kodak and Lil Wayne are quite literally getting pardoned, so they're going to be on the Pardon Me remix. I felt stupid, I'm not gonna lie. But then again, I smoked some pen last night. I don't know what it is, but every morning when I wake up from smoking, I'm all cloudy and meatballs and no sauce. But all in all, Trump finally taking a W objectively in the rap game, at least, because, you know, most rappers hate him, but that don't even matter anymore. We got Biden in president. Again, I don't care who's president, it doesn't affect me in the slightest. There are checks and balances in the government where nothing can change so significantly on a yearly basis. Just remember that, people. Maybe I'll make a video, but enough of that. And so with that, it's your boy Bobalam signing off, pardoning my dog from timeout because it bit my dick. Let me know in the comments what you think about Trump pardoning all these rappers. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Is Trump just doing it for the clout? Make sure to like and subscribe while you're at it for the latest hip-hop news, drama, and analysis videos, as well as to follow me on my socials in the description and join the Bob Gang if you with it. Peace out, cut people. Know what I'm saying?